What is up, you guys? Richard Scott, and I'm back with another YouTube video. For today's video, y'all, I got so many requests or people telling me, Richard, why don't you do a coming out story? So if you're interested in that, then stay tuned. So let me start back when I was in elementary. When I was in about third grade, I just knew I was attracted to guys. Like, I just knew it was something different. Like, when I saw a guy, I was like in my mind, I was like, he's like attractive looking. And I was like, you know what you think of like a person that's straight and they think of a girl like that. I thought of a guy like that. So in third grade, I just knew that I was attracted to guys. So, when you're younger or whatever, I just thought I was confused or I didn't really know. So from then on, like throughout elementary, middle school, I had girlfriends, but like, I mean, we kissed or whatever, but like, I didn't really feel nothing. Like, I just knew like it just wasn't there. Fast forward to high school, like beginning of freshman year, I just knew like, okay, Richard, like I'm gay, like you're gay. Like I knew then that I was for sure gay, if that makes sense. So throughout high school, I used to hide myself. I wasn't my true self. I don't know. I was too afraid to come out in high school, which sucks because I wish, like thinking about it now, I wish I can go back and relive high school, just be my true self, but it is what it is. I graduated in 2017. So a year later in 2018, I know the exact date that came out. It was June 22nd of 2018. It was Pride Month, June. June is Pride Month, so yeah, it was June 22nd of 2018, and I think I was riding either with my brother or my dad and my stepmom, or I was riding with somebody, and we were coming from somewhere, and I was just looking out. It was dark, and I was just looking out. Richard, like, what are you doing? Like, just come out, like, just be you. I don't remember exactly if I came out the next day or that night, but I had posted on Facebook that I'm gay, and I came out. And yeah, I'll throw up some screenshots. Yeah, see, I saw that. It was the next morning, people had texted me on my phone, and then I guess that's when my dad and stepmom and everybody found out, and then they wanted to talk to me. And you know how black dads are, or just dads in general, when they hear about their son is gay, it's like, well, so like, I guess he was upset, mad, or whatever. And I was emotional at the same time, was upset, and I guess he was trying to kick me out. Like he just couldn't accept it or whatever at the time when I came out. So I remember then, later on that day, after we talked, and he was mad, blah, blah, blah. My cousin came, and her boyfriend at the time came. They came and picked me up because I told her that night or that morning that I came out. And her and her boyfriend came and picked me up. We went out to eat because it was just a whole mess at the house. And we just talked, and then we went back to their house and all that mess. And then later on that night, I was at their house. Well, I was at her boyfriend's house. Me, my cousin, her boyfriend. I was at his apartment. And my dad called later that night, and we were talking again. And it was a huge blow up and a mess. And at that time, I really wanted to leave. I didn't want to be here at this house anymore. I just felt like at the time, I didn't think he was really going to accept me. So it was just hard. The next morning, I came back to the house, and I think he was at work. So I came back to the house, I got ready. I was getting ready for work. I still remember that day. I was getting ready for work. He was texting me on my way to work. And I shouldn't be texting and driving, but yeah, he was texting me and I was responding. I'll throw up some screenshots. I still have them saved. I still have them screenshots. So I'll throw up a couple of screenshots of the conversation we're talking about. Okay, see, I saw that. That was when I was driving on my way to work. And then I remember when I got into work, crying in the car, I was sobbing. And I was like, you know what? Let me just go to work because let me just get a clear mind and distract my mind while I'm at work. So I remember I walked into work and I went to my locker, put all my stuff in my locker. And I went to the break room and I sat down. And I remember my friends at the time, I'm saying friends because now, whatever. But the friends at the time that I had, I was sitting at the table by myself, just crying. And then they all came, and then they started talking to me, and I just busted out. I just started crying, and then they were like, "Richard, what's wrong?" Blah blah blah. And I just got up and I went to the bathroom, and I was just crying. And at that time, I didn't want to work, and I wanted to just go home, but I didn't want to go home either, so I didn't know what to do. So I just sucked it up, and I just worked the whole day. I remember I worked the whole day, and that night I just came home and just went to sleep just crying. Because it was just hard at the time. I know everybody's experience is different, but it's just hard when you have somebody you really care about, like your dad, whoever, and then they say a bunch of mess and stuff, and they're mad and upset because you're this and that. It's just hard to me. After I came out, I remember like people were texting me. I had some negative texts. I had lost friends. People unfollowed me. I had positive texts. People accepted me, my family. So, you know, just a I guess good and bad thing. Like, you know, it comes with it. Not everybody's accepting. And some people are, but majority, everybody's accepting, and it is what it is. So I wouldn't say that my experience was too bad because it wasn't. I mean, I've heard a lot of other stories that was way worse. I'm just speaking from my experience with what I went through. Everybody's story is different. Some people have it worse. Some people have it real good. Oh, I was gonna say, I mean, throughout school and work and all that, people already knew just that vibe you get and all that. I knew since elementary, so. But you know, like I kept denying, oh no, I'm not, I'm straight. I used to get all mad and so I'm straight and all this mess. But deep down I knew I was. I just didn't want to accept it at the time. Whew. I don't know if I should say this, but I never said this to anybody before. But at the time, when I was in high school, I was talking to this dude. He was like 35. No, 32, 35. I don't know. I forgot his age, but he was like early 30s or whatever. And I remember I met him on this gay dating app. You know, I used to sneak in my room and download gay apps and talk to people and all that. So I met him, and I remember we were talking for weeks. And then he wanted to meet up with me. And at the time, I was scared because I didn't know what was going to happen. So I remember I had to sneak out the house. I think it was during the day. Yeah, I had to sneak out the house. And we met and all that, and we talked and blah, blah, blah. I went to his house, and yeah, he was a real nice dude. So long story short, we kept talking, seeing each other. I kept sneaking out, but nobody ever knew it caught me. Or if I did say I was going to my friend's house, I really wasn't. I was going with him. And at the time, I think I was like 17, 18. It doesn't matter, but the point is, you were talking for months, and then he wanted me to, I guess things were getting serious, and he wanted me to move in with him. And at the time, you know, I was still in high school, and it was just a lot going on. I wasn't out then, and we just stopped talking because I guess he was, I mean, yeah, at the time he was already out and I wasn't. So, you know, that's hard when somebody's out and you're not out. So it's like we stopped talking, and yeah, and like I remember he saying like, oh yeah, we'd be together, and he was gonna buy me like all these cars, and not all these cars, but you know, like this nice car that I wanted, and you know, just live with him and just be with him. But at the time, I couldn't, and now I really regret it because I wish. Well, now since I'm out, and that was like what, 5-6 years ago. No, it was like 6-7 years ago. Now I wish that I can find him again and see where things can go. But it just sucks that you have to hide and not be who you are for so many years. Like, I've been hiding since I was in elementary. That I remember I was in 3rd grade. I remember, so that was 10 plus years I was hiding. You know, just hard, just not being who you are, because you're scared of what people gonna think about you and what society says you can and can't do, and people in school. There was kids out in school, and I remember they used to get talked about, bullied, and all that. So I know it's hard being openly gay in school. I know it is. But I just wish that, I keep saying this, but I really wish that I was my true self in high school. It would have been so much different. That's the reason why I didn't go to prom. I didn't participate in any activities outside of school. I know it's sad, like, Richard, that doesn't matter, but still, like, deep down, like, I just didn't want to. Like, it was just hard. It was hard enough just trying to hide it your whole life. So I just didn't want to deal with that. I used to have a couple friends I used to hang out with, but some days you get used to hiding, so it's like normal to hide it. So there's days I hang out with all these people and friends and all that, and just blah blah blah. Yeah, so yeah. So now today, in 2021, majority, pretty much, that I know of, everybody around me that accept, pretty much everybody around me accepts me now. So like I said, I wouldn't say my experience overall was that bad, because it could have been worse. Some people really have it bad. Like, there's some people still today, every single day, wishing that they can come out and be who they are. But everybody's living situations different. Some people can't come out because they're afraid the parents might kick them out, somebody might kill them, because people get attacked pretty much every day in this world just for being who they are. Oh, that's another thing I want to say. I'm not gonna hide myself and be scared to, like, be who I am out in public. Like, if I want to hold hands with somebody I'm with, I'm gonna hold hands just like any other couple. Like, I don't care if people want to say their little slick comments and just be whatever. Somebody feels some type of way, then maybe you should check yourself, because if you feel uncomfortable with somebody being who they are and you feel all weird and stuff, then you need to check yourself, because a gay man shouldn't make a straight man feel uncomfortable. If you're really confident and secure about your sexuality, then you shouldn't feel some type of way if somebody's hanging out with you or they're around over here. Like, they can be over there or whatever, and you feel some type of way, then why am I getting your attention? So like, that's all on you. So yeah, if you like this video, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe down below. And yeah, so I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye, guys.